Today's video is part one of setting up Addigy Identity. Addigy's built-in tool to sync macOS accounts with your identity provider. This works with Microsoft Azure, Google, and Okta. We're going to be using Azure as our example today, but the other two are similar setup processes as well. In part two, we're going to be going over how to set up the user login experience inside of Addigy, but for today, we're going to focus on connecting the authentication provider. So let's jump into Microsoft here. So we are going to navigate to Identity. And we are then going to go to Applications and App Registrations. And we're going to do a new registration. We're going to call it Addigy. And I'm just going to call this one Addigy Temp. You can name this however you want. As they say here, it can be changed later. We are going to keep that option the same because we are a single tenant. So the difference between these are if you do web, multi-factor authentication does have to be enabled. So then we're going to put down here our redirect link. And we're going to click register. And that's going to give us these three pieces of information: the application ID, the object ID, and the directory tenant ID. Those three things are important because those are what we're going to need to put into Addigy. So make sure you take note of those. Next thing we're going to want to do is go down here to API permissions. Now, normally what it would show is it would let you grant admin consent for Cranston IT. I don't have those privileges in our environment, but you should have those in yours. So you would click that. So if you chose the web option for the authentication redirect, you're going to want to go to client or certificates and secrets and create a new client secret. We're going to call it Addigy Temp. And we are going to set a expire for that, and then add that. Make sure you note down this value for later as well here, as you'll need it in Addigy as well. So let's hop over to Addigy. The first thing you need to do is activate the Addigy Identity add-on. So you go to Account, Integrations, Addigy Identity, enable that, and close. Then we will go to our policy, the policy we want to enable it on, and we will go to Integrations and Settings and Identity. Here we're going to select our identity provider. In our case, it's Microsoft Azure. And here's where we're going to put in all of that information we have. So we're going to put in our client ID, which is the application ID as well, depending on where you read it. The client secret, which is that value field we found before, and the tenant ID. From there, you can click Save Changes, and you're connected. We'll go over setting up the Customize Identity and Login Window theme features in the next video, and what that looks like to the end user. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about Addigy or mobile device management, or if you need help coming up with a custom solution for you and your business, feel free to reach out to me at Marshall_CIT on the Mac admin Slack, marshall@cranstoninc.com via email, or cranstonit.com. Thanks for watching.